Good afternoon, PE 101 Strength and Conditioning students. We are now on week 7, and today we are going to talk about the 3 energy systems that we utilize in our human body. Next week, we're going to finish up with the new material and discuss exercise myths, as well as the last finishing touches on programming principles and workout splits. And then following that, we are going to go into what needs to be accomplished for your written or online final, as well as your online skills assessment. These 3 energy systems are all dictated by the energy currency that we use. This energy currency is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So ATP is the way that we kind of cash in on these energy systems. Our phosphagen system is highly expensive. Our glycolytic system, our glycolysis, is moderately expensive. Our aerobic oxidation or aerobic system is cheap. It's economical, and we can do it for an extended period of time. So let's take a look a little bit deeper into these energy systems. Imagine you were just told to run all out 100% for as long as you can. Essentially, at the beginning of that run, for the first about 0 to 15 seconds, you're going to be completely sprinting and utilizing all the processes of your phosphagen system, depleting creatine phosphate and using ATP very expensively. Then you'll be settling into maybe a little bit slower of a pace, and your phosphagen system shifts a little bit more into your glycolytic system. The glycolytic system takes place from anywhere, again, from that 15 to 30 second range all the way up to about 90 seconds, depending on how trained you are. So now let's say you're 400 meters down the road and you've slowed down, but you're using your glycolytic system, your anaerobic glycolysis, to produce that energy. After that initial 90 seconds, you can't sustain that, so you are now starting to use your aerobic system. So your aerobic system for the next mile or two, or however long you can run, that is something that you can do for a much more sustainable amount of time, and the amount of energy you're using is much less than you are sprinting. So it's highly economical, and it comes at a lower cost. So we can kind of take these a little bit further and utilize different examples other than this sprinting to running to jogging or walking analogy. For the phosphagen system, these are activities that we're doing for, again, the 0 to 15 seconds. If you're very, very well trained, maybe up to 30 seconds, but these are powerful and speedy. So any type of snatch or clean and jerk for weightlifters, 1 rep max for any type of power lifter, maybe up to 3 repetitions or so. If you are a sprinter or a jumper, so high jump, triple jump, long jump, these all take place in the phosphagen world. Moving from that, anytime you start to feel the burn set in specific muscle groups, if you're trying to build muscle and utilizing rep ranges 6 to 12, maybe up to 15 to 20 for that hypertrophy aspect, you're doing this in the realm of glycolysis. So again, glycolysis is going to happen roughly from 30 seconds to 90 seconds, depending on how trained you are. And again, this is a slow shift. Okay, it's a shift that happens. It doesn't just drop off. So you don't just step off of one system and go completely to another system. It's a shift, and one system's taking over the other. Okay. Again, glycolysis is moderate energy consumption, and you can use this for medium duration. Then when you shift over to aerobic oxidation, that part of the Venn diagram, if you're looking at these as all 3 Venn diagrams, aerobic oxidation is going to happen for 90 seconds or longer. And another key point with aerobic capacity is that this is the energy system that you're using when you're recovering no matter what, and whatever type of activities you're doing. So if I'm to sprint for 10 seconds, immediately after that 10 seconds, my glycolytic system is starting to recover because I'm using my aerobic capacity to recover. I'm breathing, okay, aerobic, in the presence of oxygen. It's important that we have an aerobic base, I've said this before, as we build an anaerobic capacity, because any time that we're doing strength training, we have rest times associated with that. The better your aerobic oxidation system is, your aerobic system is, the better and faster and more recovered you'll be for your strength training regimens. why is this important? So you can utilize these 3 energy systems now that you know a little bit about them when forming your own workouts. For example, let's say I'm a sprinter or a track athlete and I'm training for multiple events for track and field. I'm going to do my general warm-up, then my specific warm-up accordingly, and then I will do 5 sets of 1, let's say, of a long jump, okay? And I'm going to rest 2 minutes in between that time, because that's going to take the most energy and it's going to be the most taxing to my body, and it comes at a high energy cost. After that 5 sets of 1 on long jump, then I'll move over to, let's say, 3 sets of 400-meter dashes for the purpose of building my glycolytic processes, and that I'm going to rest about 1.5 minutes or 1 minute, anywhere in between that time frame of rest. So I'll do 3 sets of 400-meter dashes, and that will be what I'm doing second. Third, I'm going to do a 1,600-meter recovery run, and that will be to keep my aerobic conditioning high, but I will be doing it very slowly, okay? I'm going to be doing it at a moderate pace, not going to be going super fast. Again, this is something that's going to be done for a track athlete, all right? If I'm a cross-country athlete, this is probably not the way that you would do this. However, you are going to be wanting to do your strength training prior to your long-distance run. Think about it this way. You don't want to overexert yourself doing your aerobic work before you do the most energy-taxing work, like a sprint or a jump or a power lift, like a squat, bench, deadlift. We want to be doing things in the right prioritization so that energy is conserved over that amount of time. So one of your workouts is going to be in regards to these 3 energy systems, and the other workout will be 4 rounds of multiple different exercises utilizing a backpack for progressive overload. This is a pretty short lecture. Next week will be a little bit more lecture heavy and will be your last lecture video. Alright, take care, y'all. Okay, so your first workout is going to be in relationship to the lecture, and it's going to tackle the principles we talked about of the phosphagen system, glycolysis, and aerobic oxidation. The first exercise, the first actual workout, you're only going to be needing your body weight as well as a watch and something to record your repetitions with. You're going to be doing jumping lunges for the purpose of producing power. So you're going to try to get off the floor as much as you can. If jumping lunges are too hard, you can do jump squats, all right? So you're only going to be completing 20 seconds of work here. And you're just going to be trying to explode off the floor. And after that 20 seconds, you rest for a total of 2 minutes. So it's really not going to feel like too much. That 20 seconds, though, is going to be intense, high power work. It'll look like this. So I'll have my timer right here, and then start. You can use your arms if you need to. So you're going to be doing that for 20 seconds, and then resting 2 minutes. For jump squats, we've done these before. And you'll be doing that for 20 total seconds. Then rest 2 minutes, repeat 4 times. For the hypertrophy glycolytic portion of this, you'll be doing 3 sets of 30 seconds max effort push-ups with 1 minute of rest in between. So you're still going to be not fully recovered, but just enough so that you can do another couple of sets. So with your push-ups, I don't have to demonstrate this too much anymore. Elbows go back. Max effort for 30 seconds. And then for aerobic capacity, this will be pretty simple. If it's nice outside, just grab your watch, and all you gotta do is run for 2 minutes at a comfortable pace for 120 seconds or 2 minutes, and then stop and rest for 30 seconds, and then run again for 2 minutes, and then rest for 30 seconds. If you don't want to go outside, if it's not nice outside, you can do jumping jacks for 120 seconds, and then once your timer beeps, check your watch, rest for 30 seconds, and repeat. So that'll be for the purpose of aerobic oxidation, and it will give you more of a cool down rather than anything. For your backpack workout, you're going to be doing 4 rounds of the following. you'll be completing 10 backpack step overs or jump overs, 15 backpack high pulls, which is a new movement, 20 backpack rows, another pulling movement, and then 25 backpack squats. And the squats will be kind of your progressive overloading measure. So I've got 2 heavy textbooks and a 5-pound weight in here. I'm going to just put the backpack on the ground, and I'm going to be doing jump overs. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, all the way up to 10. If you don't feel comfortable, you can do step overs. And then for the backpack high pulls, so essentially what I'm doing is grabbing my backpack from the handles here, setting my shoulder blades back and down. My elbows are more towards my bum here, and I'm looking forward, and then I'm going to fully extend my hips like so, and then bring my arms up. When you do this fast, you can utilize more so your lower body and produce the power up the chain. So it'll look like this. And notice how I went on my toes there. I can do this from this angle. I'm hinged over a little bit more. Again, this is going to be dependent on how tall you are and how big your backpack is and how heavy it is. I'm hinged over, and then I'm going to extend from my hips, bring my hips forward this way. And I'm going to be completing 15 of these. I'm trying to get nice and tall. This is our end range triple extension position right here. Hips, knees, and ankles are all extended. Then, with your 20 backpack rows, place 1 hand on the handle, then 1 hand below the backpack. You can switch every round if you don't want to be too offset. Hinge over like so, and get 20 rows. I'll show from the side. There we go. 25 backpack squats. Pretty simple. Throw the backpack around your back and get the squats in. The backpack, as you descend, it's going to want to lean you forward. Try to stay upright the whole time. If you want to, you can throw around the front for a little bit more of a quad burn. And that you're going to be doing for 25 repetitions. Then you'll be doing this whole workout for 4 rounds.